Australia's famous for its dusty outback. But even more of Australia lies underwater than above. The oceans that surround our island continent are vast. And a massive industry's been built on this extraordinary marine resource that feeds Australia and the world.
I'm Andrew Eddinghausen. I've caught fish on hook and line all around Australia, and I love my fishing. But what if what you catch is your livelihood, where the risks and the rewards could make or break you? But coming home empty-handed just isn't an option. What does it take to make it as a commercial fisherman in a country known for its rough seas and tough people? Well, I'm about to find out.
I'll travel to slippery, slimy and smelly ports across the country and work alongside men and women in industries that are definitely not for sissies.
I'm going to get my feet wet and my hands dirty to find out why people risk it all on a daily basis. It's big risk, it's big bucks, and it's loads of action. Time for me to be a fish out of water as I take on Australia's saltwater heroes. This is the mighty Southern Ocean, where the tuna roam. The wind blows here all the time. The seas can get so rough, they keep even the toughest fishermen in port.
While I'm here in South Australia, I'll be heading out to our ocean farms to be part of a bluefin tuna feeding frenzy. I'll work in waist-deep water, hauling the world's best and biggest oysters. I'll chase elusive garfish across the stunning waters of the Spencer Gulf. But first, it's a 6 a.m. start with the men of the Southern Crab Boats here in Port Adelaide.
Dennis Holder and his crew are taking me to do battle with an armour-covered, razor-clawed creature with a mean streak, the blue swimmer crab.
With his custom-built boat, Dennis runs the biggest crabbing outfit in these waters. He's been doing the job for almost 30 years and wouldn't trade it for anything else.
What a nice machine to go to work on.
Pretty good, eh? Not a bad office.
Yeah, no, beautiful.
Blue swimmer crabs were originally caught as incidental bycatch, but 30 years later, the first blue swimmer crab industry emerged. There's now more than 600 crab boats operating around the country. Around Port Adelaide, the industry's worth $5.2 million a year. I've been a recreational fisher for 30 years and have travelled the length and breadth of Australia, netting almost every fish under the sun.
That is a jumping fish.
But this is a totally different kettle of fish altogether. In this case, crabs. To find out just what it takes to get these crabs from the ocean to the table, I volunteered to be the new Decky. And our first pot is just 3 miles through the breakwater.
We're just out on the first pot. Here comes the first one, Andrew.
To meet demand, Dennis designed his boat for speed and efficiency, but it's still hard toil. The boys must find, process and reset 168 traps in just 6 hours. They need at least 700 kilograms of crabs today to put money in their pockets.
As you can see, it's fairly frantic.
Wow, fast pace. Now, normally I'm on a boat, I've got a rod and reel, so no machinery around and I can see everything that's happening, but it's happening at such a pace. They've done it before a few times. You can just see how professional they are.
I love a good challenge, so I opt for the most dangerous job on the boat. A Decky is preparing to dump freshly baited pots into the Gulf.
Always keep the rope on that side of you.
Okay.
So it gets behind you.
Yep.
When the next pot goes, you're going to go as well, and we don't need that.
Okay.
So,
I don't want to go.
So always rule of thumb, time to stand on this side of the rope. Okay. Keep an eye on what's going on, and if something goes wrong, yell out.
Talk about jumping into the deep end.
Good luck.
Stop.
No time to muck around. With these ropes flying, I could get dragged off the back in a hot second.
I don't want to go near that. That's scary, eh? As you can see, I'm doing a bit of a hosing job on the back deck here as each of the pots go blasting off into the water, and they'll stay overnight and the boys will collect these tomorrow. It's just amazing they can catch so many crabs. They can catch up to 600 plus kilo today. Tomorrow they'll be out here again catching another 600 plus. And it just shows you how much life is down there. The habitat for these blue swimmer crabs is just ideal. As the traps go blasting off the back of the boat, they sink to the sandy bottom. Crabs have chemoreceptors or smell organs throughout their body. These receptors are so sensitive, crabs can detect one particle of bait in a quadrillion of water. That's better even than a shark. Any crabs in the neighbourhood are drawn into the trap. At the front of the boat, the crew are hard at work hauling in yesterday's traps, chock full of crabs. It may be safer, but I don't think it's going to be any easier. Time to give it a go, I reckon. All right, so here, this one here.
Get on there, yep.
Just slower forward. Grab it here and what?
Jerk him off.
How's that?
The shaker knocks the crabs out of the nets into a tank of ice water below. It's the start of the cold chain and makes the crabs doughy and calm.
Yep, jump out there.
Yep, spin him around.
So, all right, bait through about there. Yeah. And that's the slow way of doing it. A bit like the way I dance, not real good.
He's not doing too bad for, you know. I reckon he'll scrub up all right at the end of the day.
Yeah, I reckon this part of it's quite physical. I'm already puffing, so these boys are reasonably fit. Actually very fit. Up to there. Yeah, a couple of hundred to go. Now the next job's sorting. This is where things could get painful. He's a feisty fella. The crew sort every crab by hand. I've got to measure the crabs across the widest part of their shell, known as the carapace.
So he's a D.
He's a D? So D's going in.
Like a B, C, D, E.
Okay. You've got to be fast, accurate, and have a good memory. Oh, look at that one. That's a monster. Yeah, you wouldn't want your fingers in there, let me tell you. Fortunately, he's been in that ice bath, and it really does quieten him down. But that one there, yeah, giant crab. Off the Richter scale, that one. As far as sustainability goes, this is where it counts. All undersize and female crabs with eggs are put back. This way, they'll ensure the next generation.
Yeah, these are just two different females at different periods of their egg mass.
Okay, so the yellow's all the yolk?
Yellow's all yolk.
Right.
The browner they go and they'll go jet black almost. That's when
You're ready to drop them?
ready to drop it.
Okay.
We're looking at probably 1.75 million eggs out of these two crabs.
Wow, that's really worthwhile keeping those females in the water.
Yep, we put her in the water slide so she can go back in the water and just think, well, what sort of a trip have I been on?
Exactly. What happened there?
Yeah.
God, they're mounting up.
Yeah, better pull your finger out, Andrew. A bit more work, a little bit less work.
As we motor to the next pot line, we get the bait tubes ready.
Don't have it too full so it can actually slop around.
Yep.
It's just too full.
Yeah, it won't be able to move and it won't be... Absolutely.
To eliminate the smell.
Oh, beautiful stuff. Great burley.
Oh, it is excellent.
Great burley.
During the workday, the boat never stops and never anchors. There's a never-ending list of jobs to complete.
definitely not sitting around. The boat's moving all the time and the blokes on board are thinking ahead all the time as well. It's an ongoing thing. You don't want to let any part of the process slip.
And they even cook some of the crabs on board.
These ones here, just sorting out and just putting them into these boxes, which are going to head off to the Sydney fish market. So all you Sydney-siders, this is where your crabs are coming from.
Feisty crabs and a boatload of work. These guys put in the hard yards to bring these crabs to market.
So here we are, gentlemen. Andrew, this is the best part of the day. Your job is to do an official taste and give us a tick of approval.
Right, I'm happy to do that one. Absolutely, yes, spot on.
Top the back off, break that bit off, split him in half. There we go, we've got a drumstick of crab for you.
I don't think you can get any fresher than this. Wow, that is good.
One taste of these crabs coming from some of the cleanest waters on Earth, and I've got to say, it's worth the effort.
Beautiful. I love blue swimmer crab.
Next up, it's an air-sea feeding frenzy.
This is Port Lincoln, perched on the edge of an agricultural breadbasket. It's also one of the biggest fishing ports in the southern hemisphere.
And it's all thanks to this, the southern bluefin tuna. Shaped like a bullet, it's one of the fastest fish in the ocean. It's also one of the most highly prized. These open ocean predators are a $100 million industry in Australia, and 98% of them are farmed from right here near Port Lincoln. Today, I'm heading to a tuna farm to see the industry in action, and this is my ride.
G'day.
How are you, mate?
Con, is it?
Yeah, Con.
How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Glad you're here.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Every day, come hell or rough water, local boy Con Carabarites and his crew make the 12 nautical mile journey through open water to the tuna farms. Their job, feed this deck full of pilchards to thousands of hungry tuna.
The daily routine.
Daily routine Groundhog Day, mate.
Groundhog Day, yeah, but a nice Groundhog Day today.
That's right.
That's
when
it.
people ask you what day it is, you say someday.
One of those days.
An individual bluefin tuna can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here in Australia, the bluefin tuna industry is worth over $100 million annually. 98% of the catch is exported overseas, almost all to Japan. As we approach the farm, I get my first view of the giant tuna pens. These pens are composed of huge enclosed nets, 18 metres deep and 45 metres in diameter, suspended from a plastic ring. Inside, thousands of wild-caught tuna remain for 6 months, until they're fattened up, ready for harvest.
Andrew, we're here, mate. Here's your gear. Chuck them on.
All right,
hard
cool.
hat on, mate.
Hard hat.
Get ready to do some work.
At this point, it looks more like construction work than fishing.
What we want to do when the crane driver's ready, he'll release this off this rope.
Okay.
I need to hook it up to this part of the quick release.
Yep.
Keep your eyes on everything, mate, okay? So we don't want you to get hit or anything like that by the crane or the hook.
Absolutely.
It's 1 tonne?
1 tonne.
1 tonne. So you don't want to get hit by it and you don't want to
1 tonne
stand
of pillies.
underneath, just
All
in
right.
case.
Sweet
So
as.
how do you reckon you're going to go?
All right. As long as I ain't got in the head with this.
Okay, so just get the hook.
Right, boys.
Mate, use the length of rope, that way you're out of danger. Don't have too much control once she goes up and starts swinging around. That's it, pull it now.
Right.
Tuna farming can be a major gamble with huge upfront costs. Con and his team have just 6 months to double the tuna's weight to maximise profits. Get it wrong, and a season's profit can easily spiral into the red.
Right, now guide the pallet on. Come in closer, you can let that go.
Yep.
Come and grab the pallet. And that's ready for the next one.
It's not all that different from what cattle and sheep farmers do on land, except they don't have to swing a ton of pillies into a feeding cage.
That's it, pull it now.
Right. You're very dangerous. You got chains and you got massive amounts of pilchards there. You got a ton of pillies, but you also got all of these crates and a lot of hard objects all around, even the sides. You know, I can just see my hands getting crushed at any time.
As the frozen blocks of pilchards sit in the feeding cage, they slowly defrost and release into the water. The tuna are ferocious feeders. Their enormous appetite fuels their fast growth rate.
They're quite big fish in here. How big do you grow them out to?
We get about 100 grams of growth a day. We'll get these fish up to about 30, 32 kilos, you know. Wow. So it's exceptional growth rates, really fast.
You do this twice a day?
It is physical work, you know. It is pretty hard, but you don't get bored of it, you know. It's great to see every day.
With 800 well-fed tuna in this pen, we move on to the next.
Thousands of birds, just incredible. You know, it's a daily event for these guys, but for me, yeah, thousands of seabirds, all different types as well, from seagulls to muttonbirds to all sorts of, yeah, just birds everywhere you look. Quite amazing. And obviously they're coming in for an easy feed. Crazy.
Our next pen's even bigger. Here, 3,000 hungry tuna are waiting for their tucker.
Your next job is to shovel
Oh my God.
all of this into this cage. Don't worry, there's another 3 behind you to do as well. Grab a shovel and into it.
Thanks, boys. Look at that. This is crazy.
We come in peace.
Boom, clap. Boom, clap. Boom, clap.
I'm excited. I'm pumped up.
Clap.
Let's get some. This could be the highlight of our careers. Too attractive to pass up. And we made money. Sold. Competition heats up.
仓储挖宝王全新一季10月7日星期3起，就在 Discovery 频道。
Infinity Q50 2.0 Turbo 现实升级，超动能劲装。
My crew thought I was dead, but I'm still alive.
麦克戴蒙巅峰之作，
I know how to save Mark Watney.
全台票房冠军，绝地救援3D， 好评热映中。
年轻就是好动，3枪独创年轻设计，3GUN 极动力内裤，冬天新款全面启动。
来杯港式鸳鸯咖啡奶茶，精选红茶和上等咖啡，融合纽西兰乳源，立顿港式鸳鸯咖啡奶茶现正热卖中，清新茉莉花香，在地好滋味。立顿墨香奶绿全新上市。
台湾史上最神秘的特战部队首次完整公开，第一部队空降特战部队，
眼睛一闭，牙齿一咬，就是这样跳出去。
绝非常人的铁血训练。
这边撑板凳，直接上飞机跳伞，我的光速你错了。
只有强者才能成为台湾特战部队。全新一季10月26日星期一起，晚上10点，就在 Discovery 频道。在战场上，决胜优势往往取决于致命的决定性一击。 要克敌制胜，就得派出能扭转局势的军武。绝命武器，每星期一晚上10点，就在 Discovery 频道。消失150年
，The actual value 20 and 50 million，
至今下落不明。
There is no bigger treasure to look for or find。
一支顶尖团队合力寻找美国史上最大的谜团。失落的南军宝藏全新系列10月8日星期4就在 Discovery 频道首播。
I'm
I'm about 30 kilometres off the Port Lincoln coast in South Australia with tuna farmer Con Karabarides and his crew. Destined for the quality-conscious Japanese market, at the moment, I'm feeding 3,000 tuna their tucker. By hand. It's a breathtaking sight.
Such a streamlined animal. They move around like they hardly even move their tail. They just glide around the pen. Isn't it? They're a beautiful creature, mate.
But the seabirds are a bit of a problem. They're fast and target the bait with pinpoint accuracy. Left unnoticed, this would soon become a bird feeding, not a fish feeding operation.
So how many of these do you actually lose to the birds? Because
we probably look around 3%, you know, when we're doing this. But generally we'll attack them with the deck hoses and we'll throw a bit of a float around just to try and scare them off.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's breeding season for these shearwaters. With hungry young to feed, they have a voracious appetite. They can dive down 10 metres, flying in the water just like in the air. The boys work hard scaring the birds just to keep the loss of bait to a minimum. This is hard yakka, but around here, everyone pitches in to get the work done.
All right, time to rip this jacket off, I think. Everywhere I go, I seem to start with a jacket on, and then after the instruction, the jacket comes off pretty quick.
After doing this for a while, I've got to ask the obvious question. Why am I doing this by hand?
This is actually a really good gauge to see how your fish are eating. Okay. So you like to do this as often as you can. Yeah. You can actually see when they start slowing down on their feet.
Yeah, okay.
And then you'll get it back to a rate and go, okay, I'm on track or I'm off target.
Yep. So this gives you your best feeler.
It's a good management tool. Yes. And the fresh bait, you know, you can't get better than a fresh bait.
Yeah. For the Japanese buyers, only the best will do. They send out specialists twice a year to examine the fish. If the fish are not up to scratch, they'll delay the harvest. This fresh bait contains all the nutrients the fish need without using dry pellets. No pressure then. I'd better keep on shoveling.
It'll keep you fit.
It certainly does.
With huge amounts of pilchards hitting the water, the scent attracts some other underwater hopefuls. Just like the birds, the dolphins are here for an easy feed. And sharks are also known to cruise by.
Mate, I've seen the boys just running around this pipe on the outside. It must be slippery. You certainly wouldn't want to fall in this side because there'd be some great whites.
True that, yeah. No, they're generally kicking around here and there, but it's a bit of an art to run around there, mate. You know, you get used to it.
Yeah, I saw them hanging on. They seem to be doing it so casually.
I fell in one time and I got out and I was still dry.
Well, you must have been moving quick.
Bit of panic there.
Yeah, what were you thinking? What were you thinking?
You know, the obvious, really. Let's get out of here.
The old Jaws theme came through the head.
The music was playing.
Just insane here. The guys all look like they're having a good time, although they are shoveling out of the bin, which is hard work. But coming out here every day, I don't think they ever get sick of feeding these fish. Just the action and just to see all the white water come up after the fish explodes on the water. They're an impressive fish. And what an impressive setting here. Just incredible.
This day has been a real eye-opener. I'm glad we were here on a calm day. I can't imagine what it would be like to swing those feed blocks around in a swell. And to think, these boys come out here 7 days a week in all sorts of weather. True saltwater heroes, I reckon. But I'm not finished with tuna just yet. Back in Port Lincoln, the crowds have gathered.
Well, this is Australia's biggest fishing festival. Have a look at it. People everywhere. They've come from far and wide to join in. Today, no amusement rides for me. I'm actually looking for the tuna tossing arena. I've got to toss a tuna.
The biggest market for these 10-kilo fish is the sashimi market overseas, where they're flown weekly. But at this festival, they fly all on their own. This is the 36th annual tuna toss. To become an official tosser, I've got to get my colours.
This makes you, mate, a Port Lincoln tosser.
Oh, very good.
Okay, so you need to put that up.
Chinorama Festival, Port Lincoln tosser. Virgin tosser, right, okay. All I say is make sure everyone's behind the nets when I throw because it could be dangerous.
We will make sure everyone is well out of the way, including me.
Yeah, even behind me is not safe. No, I'll give it my best shot.
All the very best, Anthony. I'm sure you'll do well.
Thanks very much. Oh, God. What am I getting myself into here?
This is Matt Staunton, 3-time tuna toss champ.
Thanks a lot, mate. Please put your hands together for Matty Staunton.
Holy tuna, look at that fish fly. 24 metres, and I'm up next.
We're just going to get a few tips from an expert. Mate, what do I need to do? Never tossed a tuna in my life.
Well, have you swung a golf club?
I've swung a golf club, yeah.
It's kind of similar.
Okay.
You're going to pick up the rope in your left hand.
Yep.
Right hand over the top.
Okay. So I'm right-handed, but that's how you do it.
This is how you do it. You're going to wind it up over your head, and then up and over your shoulder. So, face the head.
Andrew Hittinghausen, ET's he's better known. Here we go. Andrew, give me a flash. Come on, get going.
My toss is not even close to Matt's winning effort. All I can say, it's harder than it looks, mate. Next, I'm told hauling oysters is one of the toughest jobs out there. And I experienced the fast and furious side of fishing, hunting for garfish.
Amazing. Breathtaking. A new Volvo. A new beginning. The new Volvo XC90.
Discover the new Pixie Clips machine and express your personality by giving it a new look. Choose from a wide range of clip-on side panels. Your style in a clip. New Pixie Clips. Style it as you want. Nespresso. What else?
早起人家做生活，透早6、7點就出門，臨時臨了，落雨那過來哦，凊彩白白富富的。哦，你個你車生啊哦，早車時間長，後邊個真歹改，三長我無正常。來啦，我今嘛哦，攏嘛傳幾位福士定，胃食道逆流，幾位福士定一定搞定。
Blood, sweat, and tears will get you there, but joy will take you further.
Bam bam, mon ça se passe, j'ai sur mon lit à bouffer ça, non, non, buvant pour mon whisky quant à moi, un peu dormi, vie débris, mais j'ai dû dormir dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash. En 4 couleurs, allez hop, un matin, une louloute
Johnny
est chez moi,
Walker,
poupée de
keep walking. Boom, boom,
We come
clap,
in peace.
boom,
Clap.
clap, boom, clap.
I'm excited. I'm pumped up. Clap. Let's get some. This could be the highlight of our careers. Too attractive to pass up. And we made money. Sold. Competition heats up.
仓储挖宝王全新一季10月7日星期3起，就在 Discovery 频道。
I've been obsessed with the treasure of the Trinity for years. It's a fortune worth over $400 million.
We're closer than anyone has been before us.
Modern-day treasure hunting isn't what you'd imagine it to be.
With today's technology, you save so much time.
Snakes on your left. Yeah, there are risks, not just with poisonous snakes.
There's pirates all over the place.
Oh my God, they've got guns.
Get down!
毒蛇岛寻宝任务，每星期3晚上10点，就在 Discovery 频道。北大西洋深处埋藏着巨大宝库。
It's a battle. These fish are gold, blue gold.
但发财机会只有一次。
You're looking at $20,000 gone, swimming away.
值得奋力一搏的财富。
I fought for 9 hours one time. I thought I had the devil on the end of that.
对决黑尾鱼全新系列，10月12日星期一就在 Discovery 频道首播。
The
超级系统全新系列，10月10日星期六就在 Discovery 频道首播。
My next challenge takes me from one of the fastest animals in the sea, tuna, to what I guess is one of the slowest, oysters. And they're found here in the beautiful waters of Coffin Bay. There are 40 farms in Coffin Bay pumping out a staggering 32 million oysters a year. It's big business worth nearly $40 million a year. Not bad for a town with a population of just 700. Oysters from here end up in raw bars from Sydney to Singapore, Shanghai and Hong Kong. Now, I usually fish for things that swim fast and fight hard. But there's a guy here who says he's got a job for me that's tougher than fighting any fish. We'll see.
New employee.
Yeah, I am. New employee, I know, that's it.
Meet Lester Marshall. He once dreamed of being a fisherman, but seasickness stopped him from making a living on the waves. Instead, he found a living closer to shore as an oyster farmer. And he's never looked back.
All right, well, we better come down and meet the rest of the team.
Sounds good.
The day always starts in the den, where the team get their kit on.
This is your wetsuit. We want to see you in this.
No
we want to see
worries.
a bit of speed, a bit of commitment,
Okay.
a bit of guts and determination.
I'll do my best. Gosh, sounds like a footy catch.
She's had a bit of wear and tear, as you can see. Shark bites, stingray spikes.
Right.
Just what you need.
I didn't know I was getting in the water. I thought all this stuff happened, you know, out of the boat. I'm going in the deep end. Okay. Wetsuit.
I'm working with a team of 5 tried and tested oyster wranglers.
Time to get dressed for the ball, hey?
Now stick a bunch of salties in a room and you're going to get some fishy tales.
There are sharks. Pity we haven't got some sunshine. You can't see the sharks coming when it's overcast. Lester's actually been bitten by a shark, so he tells us, but he tells us lots of stories. As you can see, a couple of close calls.
I got a feeling the new bloke's in for a tough day with this mob. A tractor pulls the oyster boat to the edge of the bay. Later, when the decks are stacked with harvested oysters, it'll be towed right back to the factory door.
It's a beautiful stretch of water here. Wow. Incredible.
Here at the bottom of the peninsula, the water is calm and free of pollution.
We all love it because we've got access to a natural environment with very few people. There's beaches here with no footprints on them anywhere, so we're very blessed in that respect.
Oh, dolphin right here. Look at that. Wow. Now, this place is amazing. At a regular sight?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep,
there he is. Look, right beside the bay.
Fantastic.
Soon we arrive at the oyster farms. Here, independent growers like Lester lease sites in different locations. It's a huge area. How many of these guys are we going to have to harvest?
Jenny, do you want to sit up in the cabin and just keep an eye out for sharks?
Ain't good.
Oyster farmer Lester Marshall has quite literally thrown me in the deep end. Oysters mature in baskets suspended between wooden posts. These oysters have been out here for 10 to 12 months. Lester's on quality control.
No, just back a little. See that there? Absolutely beautiful. You want to try that?
I reckon these ones are right for the table.
Coffin Bay oysters are renowned for their unique flavour. And there's one ingredient that gives them their world-famous taste. It's the stuff that makes the water green. Algae, or as they say here, oyster tucker. Fed by the nutrient-rich upwellings from the nearby continental shelf, Coffin Bay is full of algae. With plenty of food, the oysters grow fast and taste great.
I've learnt you've got to shake them down on the bottom to get them to close up with salt water in there. So it obviously keeps them in a healthier state.
One more.
There's such a demand for these guys that Lester can barely keep up. I better get a move on.
I'm going to sit back over here. This is no good.
This is hard work. So how many's that you got there?
That's nearly a tonne there of oysters.
Okay.
Another half tonne of oysters, and we head back to land with our load worth about $10,000. Here the oysters are prepared before they're shipped out.
So all orders have got to be completed, shrink wrapped, labelled, on the truck and over to Coffin Bay by 5 o'clock. So we've got 3 hours.
First, I've got to inspect the oysters and get rid of any dead ones.
This is pretty crazy. This is what I'm after, these guys here. Obviously useless on the market. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And if they're laying flat, it's very hard to tell. You've got to keep on turning them and twisting them around to have a good look. There's another one there.
Next, a conveyor takes the oyster through a washing and cleaning station. And then into the grading machine, where each oyster is scanned and analysed. As the oysters move through the machine, a puff of air shoots the oyster down a chute according to their grade.
Wow. Andrew? Mush. Okay, so lift that up. Lift that up. Yep. And then take it off there.
The graded oysters are caught in sacks on the outside of the machine. I've got to swap the bags over in just seconds.
Too slow. Too slow.
Not that I know what I'm doing, but I'm too slow.
Press that.
Right, okay, so they're all queuing up in the back.
That's right. 50 or something will queue up in the back there. Probably 20, 30 seconds to change the bag over.
Yep.
So that's all right. We'll forgive you this time.
Okay.
So reset it. Re-go again.
It gets worse. While the bags are filling, I have to sew the full ones closed.
So the tagging, that's got to go in here? Yeah, just hold it to the top of the bag like that. Yep. Catch it. Oh, stuffed up. Terrible sew on me. Absolutely atrocious. I went along the inside, around the top. You'll get the knack of it, no? How quick am I going to be?
Take off this one.
Oh, this one through?
This is intense.
Press the button. Yep.
How many jobs have I got?
We're right up against our 5 o'clock deadline, and I've still got to crate these guys.
That's it. Yep, that's good. One on this corner here. Yep. Put one in the middle.
Tell you what, I'll sleep well tonight. They'll either be Hong Kong or...
Yeah, Shanghai.
Shanghai, yeah. Fantastic.
We've done it. We've beat the clock. The oysters are ready for shipment.
Hey, buddy, here's your wages for the day.
Oh, thanks for that. Magnificent. This is the dearest oyster on planet Earth.
You're like a bloody seagull.
No way, it was hitting the deck. Beautiful.
Next, I'm in the Spencer Gulf to experience the fast and furious world of net fishing.
We come in peace.
Boom, clap. Boom, clap. Boom, clap.
I'm excited. I'm pumped up. Clap. Let's get some. This could be the highlight of our careers. Too attractive to pass up. And we made money. Sold. Competition heats up.
仓储挖宝王全新一季10月7日星期3起，就在 Discovery 频道。
斯德哥尔摩灵宝饭店25号房，要是大白知道他主人有申请晚退房服务，他大可多睡整整2个小时又7分钟。为什么我们会知道？因为我们对饭店无所不知。找饭店 Travago。
给家人优质的饮用水，我选择 Brita 滤水壶。现在有了全新除效型滤水系统，想用 Brita 清新过滤水更简单、更方便了。德国专业技术，有效减少杂质、水垢、氯气和重金属，全家人的清新好水 ，Brita。除效型滤水系统免费安装，再送滤芯，只要9900。
Discover the new Pixie Clips machine and express your personality by giving it a new look. Choose from a wide range of clip-on side panels, your style in a clip. New Pixie Clips. Style it as you want. Nespresso. What else?
公主礼服，我现在要做女王。你看，用 Galaxy Note 5卷动截图，一口气可以截取很多的页面。设计好了，要用 Galaxy Note 5直播给你看。我觉得我赢了。挑战让生活更精彩。Note 我的精彩。Samsung Galaxy Note 5新色上市。哇哦，短片拼贴比我还拼耶！
你会特别呵护你的手肘吗？
手肘吗？不会，好像不会耶。
那你的膝盖呢？或是脚踝呢？
啊，脚踝？
试试新多芬升级配方，含亲肤滋养精华液，7天立即体验弹润美肌。一周中，从手肘、膝盖到脚踝，滋润全身每寸肌肤。新多芬升级配方，7天体验弹润美肌。
全台票房冠军，绝地救援3D 好评热映中。
台湾史上最神秘的特战部队首次完整公开。第一部队，空降特战部队，
眼睛一闭，牙齿一咬，就是这样跳出去，
绝非常人的铁血训练。
你以为来这边撑板凳，直接上飞机跳伞？我的告诉你错了。
只有强者才能成为台湾特战部队。全新一季10月26日星期一起，晚上10点，就在 Discovery 频道。在战场上，决胜优势往往取决于致命的决定性一击。要克敌制胜，就得派出能扭转局势的军武。绝命武器，每星期一晚上10点，就在 Discovery 频道。
I'm in Port Pirie in South Australia, and I'm going to meet Shannon Gill, who practices the dying art of net fishing.
I've never really understood how sustainable this type of fishing can be, and so a lot of questions in my head hopefully are going to be answered today.
When I arrive, Shannon's already in the water, ready to go.
G'day.
How you going?
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Shannon is only one of 35 net fishers in South Australia, and the only woman. Together with her Decky Shane, she's taking me to catch garfish, a long needle-nosed fish that feeds on the seagrass of the Spencer Gulf. Spencer Gulf is one of the main garfish hotspots in Australia. 250 tonnes are caught in South Australian waters each year to feed our hungry nation. First, we make our way down the mangrove line channel and out towards the Gulf. Here, miles of shallow water with underwater islands of seagrass give food and shelter to an abundance of life. Breathtaking.
How'd you get involved yourself? I mean, did Dad teach you everything?
Yes, I fished with Dad ever since I was this big. And then when I finished school, I was unsure on what I was going to do. And Dad said, well, why don't you come fishing until you work out what you want to do? And here I am 25 years later.
It's my job to keep an eye out for the fish. The aim is to find a school of feeding garfish before we deploy the net. That way we'll be sure of a good catch.
Be able to see the dark bodies contrasting against the lighter colour.
Yes.
But at this speed, you've got to have a practice eye to spot any fish.
There's two guardies there.
more sightings and Shannon thinks she's found a sweet spot. Time to deploy the net.
So when I tell you, you throw the lead weight over, the net will run off. Now the big thing is, you get it around the propeller, you got to get it off.
Right.
Okay?
All right.
And then you got to make sure the lead line doesn't flick over the cool line.
Okay.
And I'll keep an eye on it.
So what are we looking
You'll
at?
make sure you stick it up on the back for him, Joe. Yeah. Rightio.
And there she goes. 550 metres of net coming off here. There's a few birds over there, so maybe there's a few fish in here as well.
The net and weight are attached to a buoy. Shannon heads out to create a large circle, a half a kilometre in circumference. The aim is to eventually head back to the buoy and join the two ends of the net together. In fisher lingo, it's called a shot. The bigger the shot, the more fish we can catch.
What's the prop, Jane?
Shannon uses the buoy as a reference as she figures out the size of a shot.
Don't worry about where I'm going this way so much. I'm watching the shape I've got in the net, basically.
It takes about 45 minutes to complete the shot and round off the circle.
So what do you want me to do?
Grab that pink buoy.
Yep.
Rightio, take that down the back.
Now we've got the completed ring, so
Yeah, we've got the completed ring.
nothing can get out?
Oh, no, well, you know, everything can still get out. Never say nothing can get out.
Okay.
As the motorised wheel hauls the net in, the circle gets smaller and smaller, driving the fish into the pocket below.
I'm surprised to notice there's no weed coming up that's not dead weed.
No, sometimes we have a lot of floating leaves.
But you're not ripping up the bottom.
No, most definitely not. We rely on the bottom so the fish come so we can catch them.
Yeah, okay, so this glides along the top.
Yep.
Okay.
My biggest concern with net fishing is meshing. That's when fish get tangled up in the net itself. It's indiscriminate and can kill the fish that aren't being targeted. But I'm not seeing any here. According to Shannon, these nets are designed to stop it.
This is a polypropylene net. So the idea of this is when we get to bunting up, pushing the fish into the pocket, they will hit this and they bounce off so they don't mesh. We don't want mesh fish in our
Okay, so you don't want them getting tangled up in here.
The idea is to sieve the fish through the pocket.
Okay.
So the smaller fish swim out and keep going. We want a sustainable fishery. We are responsible. We have a code of practice. And we want to have a fishery. We want our kids to all go fishing.
We're getting to the business end of the shot now. She's all coming in.
There you go with your corks, ET.
Yep. See some fish in there now. The garis are just splashing around. There's a nice one up the top. And the idea is to get them all in the pocket.